In 1950, Japan recorded an estimated total of 2.46 million births, but has since seen a startlingly rapid decline in the 74 years. In the year 2024, Japan reported a record low of 750,000 births, or a total decrease of 69.5%. Many believe this issue will have no effect on their lives. But as Japan's workforce ages, the workforce becomes increasingly smaller, putting a strain on their economy and any exports they may be sending out to other countries like the USA and cars and electronics. I've been following this issue for upwards of 8 years and have put countless hours into researching the root causes and effects this issue could have on Japan and the rest of the world. The Japanese birth decline will cause economic strain and a sharp decrease in the quality of life for the younger generations. And today I will explain the social and economic implications of the Japanese birth decline and how it will affect the economic stability and the younger generations of Japan. Let me first outline some causes of this. Many of the younger Japanese are career focused and rebelling against the traditional gender roles, and Japan has seen a record high of female employment in the past decade. Noriko Tsuya tells us in her article, Low Fertility in Japan, No End in Sight, that in 1960, 50% of women were employed, and since then, that percentage has skyrocketed to 72% in 2010. Many of these women joining the Japanese workforce opt to stay unmarried and focus on their careers rather than starting families. And in contrast, in that same article, Tsuya tells us that in 1960, men aged 25 to 29, 97% of them were employed. But in 2010, that number dropped to 86%. This decrease in the employment of men seems to directly diminish their marketability in Japanese dating scene for marriage. Modern women in Japan are hesitant to marry and start families because of the stark contrast between the expectation for household work and childcare between husbands and their wives. Toshihide Sakuragi provides a lot of insight on this, specifically in his article, Gender Differences in Housework and Childcare Among Japanese Workers, stating that women who were employed full-time in Japan spent an average of 21 hours a week on housework, whereas their husbands, also employed full-time, only spent an average of 5 hours on the same kind of work. Differences like this are warding women away from motherhood and child care, or from marriage and motherhood, not only in Japan but in the rest of the world, because women would rather be seen as people and not robotic housewives or nannies. Other contributing factors to why the birth rate could have declined are cultural. Tuna Aisu, in her article, The Japanese Birth Rate Dropped Sharply in 1966, Influenced by Cultural Factors, states that between 1965 and 1966, Japan's birth rate dropped by 20%. This is because in 1966, women born during that year would have the sign of the fire horse, and according to astrological predictions, they would bring bad fortune. Now that I've covered some of the causes, let's go over a few of the effects. So, as the population ages, the economy slows because there's not enough taxes being taken from the older generations who have retired to support any government endeavors or like government funded programs. And Vincent Matthews tells us in the socioeconomics of Japanese birth rate that the economy slows when a population ages due to a pressure on the national social security system. And the average Japanese in their 20s to 30s only lives on an average salary of about $17,000 to $20,000 per year, and they're expected to take care of their parents and grandparents while the cost of living are skyrocketing due to these slows in economics. And the average life expectancy for a person in Japan is 84 years, and these younger generations taking care of these older generations are having to deal with the taking care of their parents and grandparents, meaning they don't really have a whole lot of time to have children or do have anything to do with the birth rate. In conclusion, this is a global concern and gets worse by the year. As Japan's median age rises, it presents many issues for the younger generations and the government, and we can take bold and compassionate stands and creating an environment where families can thrive and the nation can continue to grow.